Good day, class. I am your teacher Mary, together with teacher Laika, and today we're going to discuss about the two-dimensional shapes. But after we jump into our discussion, let me read first our objectives for today's lesson. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify the two-dimensional shapes, draw a various two-dimensional shapes such as circles, triangles, rectangles, and etc. Show enthusiasm and interest in creating pattern using two-dimensional shapes. What is the two-dimensional shapes? A two-dimensional shape is a flat shape that can be drawn on a flat surface, like a paper, and it has two dimensions, which is the length and the width. The length is, think of it like a paper. The length is how long it is from the top to bottom, and the width is how wide it is from left to right. That is a length and the width.
Good morning everyone, I am your teacher Laika and I will be discussing the examples of a two-dimensional shapes. The first one is a circle. A circle has no sides and no corners. Here are the examples of a circle. As you can see, the examples of a circle is a ball, a coin, or a plate. The next example is a triangle. A triangle has three straight sides and three corners. Here are the examples of a triangle. As you can see, there are pizza, a tent, and a hanger. A next example is a square. A square has four equal sides and four corners. Here are the examples of a square. You can see a folded handkerchief, a biscuit, and a gift bag. The next example is a rectangle. A rectangle has four sides and four corners, but the two sides are longer than the other two. Here are the examples of a rectangle. You can see a phone, a ruler, and The next example is a pentagon. A pentagon has five sides and five corners. Here are the examples of a pentagon. A hexagon has six sides and six corners. Here are the examples of a hexagon. The example of these are the honeycomb made by bees. The next example is a heptagon. A heptagon has seven sides and seven corners. It is not so common shape, but you can imagine any shape that has seven. The next one is an octagon. An octagon has eight sides and eight corners. The examples for these are the stop sign on the road. The next one is a nonagon. A nonagon has nine sides and nine corners. The example for this is a table that has nine edges. The last example is a decagon. A decagon has 10 sides and 10 corners. It looks like a star. And those are the examples of 2D shapes. Do you have any questions? Okay, none. Good. So now let's proceed with our activity. And for our activity, I will flash up pictures on the TV and your job is to find the shapes. Example, the triangle, the square, the rectangle, or the circle. And when you find one, raise your right hand and when I call you, you will tell me your answers. Is that clear?
And now for your activity, I will group you into three groups, and each group will be given a set of shape cards with two-dimensional shapes. What you're going to do is sort the shapes into categories by number sides and shape type. In your activity, draw at least three two-dimensional shapes. Use everyday objects to create the shapes. For example, plate for circle, books for rectangle. I'll give you 30 minutes to do your activity. Class, always remember that two-dimensional shapes is a flat shape that can be drawn in a flat surface. These can be big or small. Shapes are everywhere, in your toys, in your books, and even in your house. Is there any questions? If none, that's all about two-dimensional shapes. Thank you for joining us into this shape-tastic journey. Goodbye, class!